Hello, welcome to the program. I'm Lana Kay. Let me ask you something. Have you been feeling tired and achy lately? Your neck feels so stiff that sometimes it's troubling to turn it to the right and left? Well, maybe what you need is a good massage. So here with us to tell us about the benefits of massage therapy is Rita Hopper, massage therapist. Welcome to the program, Rita.
Hi, Lana. How you doing?
It's so good to have you with us today.
It is.
And Rita worked in the business world for many years, and about 30 years into her business world, she decided to become a massage therapist. So I want to know, Rita, first of all, what led you to this journey that you decided?
I got massages myself in my 30s, and got them, and they helped me with different problems I had, accidents, stress, for 10 years. And it really was what I stuck with when I had issues. And so I felt called to go to massage school. It was something I prayed about, thought hard about, and waited till the kids were a little bit older. And I did enroll at Massage School at Self-Help Incorporated in Lebanon, Ohio. So
that was the beginning of the journey.
Yes, that was the beginning of the journey.
So Rita, for all of you people that just think massage feels good, it does, because Rita's given me one. It does, that's true. But Rita, there are so many benefits. As you said, you were helped, and so give us some of those benefits.
Most of all, massage relaxes, and most people have stress in their lives. I mean, good stress is even stressful. And it helps lower blood pressure, it helps migraines, it helps tense muscles, sciatic. It just puts your whole health.
How about our immune system? I mean, does it stimulate?
Yes, it stimulates your immune system if you make it a regular part of your practice of health. A lot of people think it's just some frilly thing to do for themselves, a fun thing, but I see it as part of a program of health. I got it for 10 years before I even went to school this route, and this is a thing I stuck out all my career, since I've been in massage. I do get them myself.
Well, she gave me one, and I can explain it best that when I left there, I felt just totally relaxed and rejuvenated. I just felt good. And the thing about Rita is she knows other alternative methods besides just massage. So she will ask you, is there anything hurting you? And that led her, there was. I had broken my leg, and my left hip area pains me. And she said, Lana, I'm going to do some Reiki on that area. So Rita, let's go from our massage to your, she's a Reiki instructor also. So tell us about Reiki, and it made my hip feel so good that I want her to explain that to us.
Well, Reiki is, the life force energy is in all of us, and some people call it your spirit, and they call it the chi energy. Rei means consciousness of God, power, ki is the energy. When you're low energy, laying on of hands, it's a tradition of laying on of hands, and you can direct energy to the chakras and the places that hurt on a person, and it helps them self-heal. It helps unblock things in your body so the energy can come in and help heal you.
When she did that, when she did the Reiki to me, I felt a warmth come into my hip, and she was radiant. Now, she wasn't touching me.
Well, sometimes you can do touching and above touching. Okay. And Reiki we're like the conduit. We're not we're the energy goes through us.
You're accessing
it's
the energy.
Higher power energy, universal energy, God energy. And that comes through us to
your body, out your hands.
It's God's wisdom of higher power that comes through to the client. Now, the client usually feels heat. I can feel like my hands being pulled into that area, and it just feels good all over, and it helps a person, pain relief. It can speed up healing. I mean, I one time bent my thumb totally backward when I first started doing Reiki. I thought I broke it. My husband actually sat in it. We were in a restaurant, and he sat back and I bent my thumb back. So I was doing Reiki on my thumb all that night, and I was going to have to go to work the next day doing massages. And the next day, it was like it was a week old. It was pretty much healed, and I was able to work. amazing. I mean, it speeds up the healing of your own body.
It sure worked for me.
Right.
So she also, like I said, she has many methods, and let's talk a little bit now about the cranial sacral.
Cranial sacral is a gentle movement of detection of the cranial system, spinal fluid that runs through the spine and around the brain. And a lot of people that people that have been in wrecks or they're stressed out, some of that fluid gets sluggish and doesn't move correctly. So doing a gentle releases no more than a nickel, 5 grams, is very light touch. It helps the body self-correct, and there's different holds on the body under the sacrum, on the head, and it just helps the spinal fluid go through, and it really makes you feel wonderful. Someone says it's like an inner massage, and it can, help headaches, migraines. Learning disabilities even said to do that, and also relaxation.
So it's just depending on what's your problem, what's the client's problem. Do you ever suggest?
Yes.
And describe to them?
I have a pamphlet on cranial sacral therapy, and I do suggest trying it, and sometimes I mix it in with the massage, and most people really love it. They just, they just, feel much better longer, basically, and just massaging. So it's another avenue of, I integrate most all these together. It depends on what a client needs, and I integrate according to what the client needs.
And I love that. I love that because some are just straight massage therapists, some are just straight. So Rita will ask you, is there, and then she will decide and talk it over with you. Do you mind if I try a little Reiki on you? I think some cranial sacral can help you. And so this is the beauty of Rita and all that she knows. So we talked about the Reiki. This is lymph system drainage.
Wow. Lymph drainage therapy.
A drainage.
Well, I don't know. They call it drainage or drainage. I guess we don't like the word drainage.
I like drainage.
Drainage, it's like French.
Tell us, lymph. Our lymph system is important.
Right. I have one level of the lymph drainage system, and that helps stimulate the immune system. Lymph moves through your body as you walk and move. So people that are paralyzed, sluggish, elderly, their lymph system is not going to move as well. And it's basically trying to take the toxins out of your body through your lymph system, and it goes out through the, you urinate some of it out, and some of it goes back to the bloodstream. When I experienced lymph system in a class in Louisville years ago for a workshop, I had bronchitis real bad, and lymph, sinusitis, all that is good to get, help that relieve that. So I thought this is a good test. I went down there with bronchitis, kind of like coughing, congested, and after 2 or 3 days of practicing, and also they totally encourage us to drink a lot of water, and I'm not a big water drinker. And after the second day, I got so sick. I couldn't believe it. I felt, I had problems. So when I went back to the class, they said, who felt like they were getting sick? Half the class raised their hands. We weren't drinking enough water.
Good.
And I can tell you, by the time I left the 4th day, my bronchitis was cleared up. My head was opened. It just helps speed up healing again to get your lymph system moving. And it's a slow, rhythmic move on your body and arms.
Are you touching?
It's a movement. Yes, you're touching, and there's, you have to unblock the lymph nodes under the arms, and, it's a light massage. Like
How long would that treatment take?
It depends how much time you have. I mean, you could do an hour if you need to do the whole body, or a half hour. It depends. You can,
on what area, what effects you're trying to, what results you're trying to achieve.
If you're just doing the head and neck, but all this can be, even Reiki, you can do 10 minutes if you only have 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's, it's according to what a person wants and needs, and actually the client determines what they, the time they want. But you can suggest it.
On a lymph drainage, Rita, would you be just performing that one alone?
Yes, probably. Most people they will call and want lymph drainage, and especially cancer patients that had lymphedema or they've had lymph nodes taken out and it's a little sluggish. So a lot of people that want that will come just for that.
Yeah, that usually stands
Right,
alone then.
stands alone.
Okay, and now that you've just touched on something that I want to know about, I've heard, massage or the touch will exacerbate the cancer. It will cause it to, because it's it will cause it to, not be good for you, to spread, or give me your thoughts on that. Is that true? Is that
Well, I've been through some cancer training, and we always, if anybody's under treatment by a doctor, we need prescription to say that they are okay to get massage. But if you're in treatment for chemo, it's not wise to do a massage after chemo or 2 days after, because it makes them, they might get more sick. You're dumping a lot of toxins into their body. And, but so you could do maybe a light massage the day before chemo. And you're not going to do cancer patients maybe 20 minutes, not a whole lot on them. It depends. You have to, talk to the doctor and get feedback for what the client wants. And that was an old myth that massage, or,
stimulated
cancer.
Right.
Well, if you walk and you move, that's making things move. So that, they don't say that now. But basically, if someone's in remission and they're done with their treatments, it's okay to do massage.
Good to
But
know.
it's according to what the client can handle. Like I said, lighter Reiki, lighter touch, especially if they're in the process of being treated. You want to be lighter the better.
Lighter the better.
Yes.
Okay, healing touch. This seems a little bit like Reiki, but it's different. So how?
It's, a lot of times it's off the body. It's energy work, and it's got the heart-centered relationship with the client, and it's to open up channels to help people self-heal. And it is like Reiki a little, but it's balance energy, the chakras. Just like in Reiki, you want to open the chakra system.
Right.
There's 7 major chakras, and it's said that if the chakras are closed, you feel sick, rugged down, and you can, by energy work, you can open these chakras, and then the energy will, you'll feel more balanced and more whole, and help yourself heal.
Now, will you be touching with a healing touch? Are you really touching, or is this
above the body?
Above.
Usually above the
Usually
body.
above.
It's very light, energy work, not touching.
Now,
usually.
Is your mind, is this coming through you, this touch is,
Yes.
How is that working? It's coming through your whole being
Usually
into
you
your
feel
client,
it in the hand.
into your client.
Yeah, you feel the energy coming through your hands to the client. You just, and on any of these practices with Reiki, healing touch, you just got to know, you got to put your ego aside, because this is not us doing this.
Right.
It's God's healing power coming through you. You're
coming down through you, out your hands to your client.
Right.
Okay, how about, is this, and I may, correct me,
Right.
myofascial therapy?
Myofascial therapy.
Thank you, I got it right.
Right. Okay. I took that workshop right in my last quarter of massage school. I went to school in 1996, by the way.
Okay, so
and
you've
had my
been
license in
quite a while.
98.
Okay.
That affects the muscle and the connective tissue. It's more deep tissue massage and stretching, and it deals with the connective tissue and the muscles, and it's stretching, and it's more deep tissue.
Now, are you stretching the client, or are you having them get up and say, do this?
No.
Stretching.
We're stretching them and pulling, and the fascia and, their limbs.
Okay, good.
We're doing it.
Good. So
Yes,
that's
they just stay there.
Oh, that's great. That's a whole different kind of thing.
Right.
And so what would that client be looking for? What would bother him that he would say, I want you to do that?
Sciatic nerve, deep muscle pain. In fact, I had a call today, Anyway, they usually are achy all over, and some people prefer this. It's more
Makes
deep,
sense.
and if they can handle that. If you had chronic back issues or sciatic nerve issues.
Which there's nothing worse, I've heard.
It depends on what the client can want and tolerate it, and
Okay,
So-
well, now let's go to reflexology. This girl does it all. And reflexology to me is so interesting because, again, this is a God thing, and we'll take a look at the bottom, but is it that the bottoms of our feet, okay, tell us, the bottoms
of the feet has these pressure point areas with the nerve endings. It correlates to different parts of the body.
Right.
Like, you have the brain as the tips of all the toes.
Let me hold this up, Rita. As you talk, go ahead and talk to us.
And then you have the brain, it's the tips of the toes and the sinuses. And then you have, different areas where the organs are, the liver, the lung. So if you stimulate those areas with, you'll sometimes find little crystals or hardness in there, and you can just put pressure on them, and you do work up all these areas of the foot. It stimulates, it's said, to that organ, and to help, wholeness and energy, unblock it to help the organ.
Okay, but let me tell you, so Rita,
to let the energy flow better
would the client feel a sore place as you work down that foot?
Then
you could say, ouch, and you would know. Would you know then? I'm going to work on this.
Usually the foot can be tender just because you have bad shoes or you just got sore feet. That's not necessarily the reason, but normally it's going to stimulate that anyway, doing the pressure point. Usually you can feel hard little knots, but yes.
You will.
And usually the tender area could be an area that they needed too.
Okay. But you can feel as you massage down, you may feel like a little lump.
You can feel it like a little, just like a little crystal hard knot that you think you just put pressure on that and let up. And you don't do killer pressure to make them scream.
Right. But normally that pressure relaxes you too. Reflexology.
Right. It helps the body relax. It helps balance the body, improves blood and nerve supply. Like even regular Swedish massage, it relaxes,
It's
clients.
A great relaxation.
Right.
I felt so relaxed and revitalized at the same time. Just good. Just like she took away all of the tension, and I felt a little bit sleepy, but then that left, and I really felt rejuvenated. So
yes.
It's wonderful, and it's wonderful that she can incorporate all these things and will, except for her drainage, our lymph drainage.
Well, you could. I mean, you can't say you don't. Like, they might want to do a half hour of that.
Yeah, and a half hour of that.
Can't.
She would do. Rita would do whatever is going to make you feel better.
That's right.
I'll guarantee you that with Rita. So, Rita, it's about time to close the show.
Well, thank you, Elena.
And what a wealth of information we have gained from her today, haven't we? I hope that you have learned as much and enjoyed her as much as I have. Rita Hopper, massage therapist. Her information will follow. And always be happy, keep smiling, and I'll see you soon.